Take this one day at a time. Never lose a step, I'm on my grind. If you think it, you could be it, so I say it in my rhymes. So many dreams that I wanna achieve. Look myself in the mirror like I believe. Wanna get your day going, it's the fix you need. Work hard so I can feed my nephew or my niece. What I do it for a family, do it to get a Grammy.
Today's episode was brought to you by John Hamlin and Associates. Each one of us can build wealth, replace scarcity with abundance, replace average with greatness, replace uncertainty with conviction. Success is there for the taking. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, and the ambitious. Grant Cardone tells you what you have to do to prosper in this new economy. He'll inform you in everything business, finance, and career related. Get ready. Find the knowledge for your success. It's all here, right now, in the Cardone Zone.
Welcome to the Cardone Zone. Friday afternoon, 1 p.m. Welcome to my zone. You made it. That means you want more. I'll explain the outfit here in a second. Happy Halloween Day. If you're watching this after the fact, then you'll understand today is the end of the month. I am your pharaoh, your king, a man that did very little, King Tut, very little in his time, and ended up being one of the wealthiest of all wealth ever. Today we're going to be talking about wealth, your money, your rich, your wealth, your future, how to get prosperity for yourself, your family, your household. I want it for you. I know you're here because you want that yourself. This is not for everyday average people. It's not for people that have given up. This is not for people that want to settle. This is not for anybody not willing to wear the garb, baby. Look at this, man. How much swag you got to have to dress up like the Tut man, okay? Well, I did this today for my kids and my wife. My wife buys me an outfit every year. I don't know what that outfit is until I get up in the morning. She's like, "This is what you're wearing today." I'm like, "Let's roll." That's perfect for me. That's how I think. I want to be a king. Didn't you want to be a king when you were a kid? I want to be the king of the universe. That's what we do here. So my name's Grant Cardone. You can actually ask questions to me at WitNation or whateverittakesnetwork.com, whateverittakesnetwork.com. If you haven't subscribed, you put your comments in there. I can actually respond to you during the show. You can also call in to 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. Before we get started, today's about how to get rich. I mean, really sick rich. No matter where you are, you're waiting tables right now. Okay. Or maybe you're making 300 grand right now, or maybe you're making somewhere in between a waiter and 300, and you're like, I'm making 40,000 a year. How would I get rich? Male, female, young, old, it don't matter. I can show you the way, and I will today. Before I forget, this program right here, Sell or Be Sold, full video, quick read book. Literally, you click it with a QR code, and I'm going to drop in video, tell you what I said in each of the 17 chapters of my best-selling book, Sell or Be Sold. This is on sale all weekend for $9.99. I don't know why we just didn't call it 10, but it's $9.99. That's a $24 savings, in case you want to know, or $23 savings, something like that. All right, let's talk about this, all right? In Huffington Post this week, a survey came out that said 22% of Americans would rather die than retire without enough money. Now, this is a big problem in this country. This is a big problem in the wealthiest country in America, and the reason I do this show is because somebody's not paying attention. Ali Velshi wrote an article on LinkedIn last week talking about the income and wealth disparity in America being one of the biggest problems. I dress for you, Ali. Being one of the biggest problems, okay, in America, beyond any other problem, the wealth disparity and income disparity. And I wrote, if you want to check it out, just Google Ali Velshi and wealth disparity and LinkedIn. Add those 3 things. And you're going to see a response I made to him. Because, folks, one of the problems with the wealth disparity, while it's a big problem, I agree it's a big problem, there's something that's happening in this country that you're not paying attention to that is going to continue to create a problem for you and your family. Okay, 22% of Americans say, I would rather die, rather like cease existing than retire without money. But here's the facts. The current U.S. median household in America is $51,900. If you're in middle America, you're like, man, I make enough money, I'm good. But here's the facts. The reason, Mr. Velshi, there's so much wealth disparity in this country is people are not paying attention to wealth as something they want. The middle class in America is not thinking about getting wealthy. They're thinking about getting by. 19% of middle-class Americans have zero savings. 20%, this 22% would rather die. 20% have no savings, zero. I don't care who you are, how broke you are, how bad your situation is, okay? There is no reason to have no money. And I've been there. I'm talking from personal experience. I haven't always been a king. I've always been meant to be a king. Didn't always have the garb, couldn't always dress like this on a Friday, didn't always own the place, didn't always have multiple streams of income coming in. I remember being broke behind the gun, underneath the debt of a government that I owed for college tuitions that I didn't even learn anything. And I'm like, man, I want to get wealthy. I want to get rich. But nobody was talking to me about getting rich or getting wealthy. They weren't saying, hey, there's a way to do this no matter who you are. 34% of Americans are not saving any money for retirement. A staggering 41% of Americans between 50 and 59, that's between in my age group, are not currently saving for retirement. 48% of people responded in their 50s said they will not have enough money to ever stop working in their lifetime. Now, that is the crux of the problem, okay? Because if you go check out the bank sites or if you go Google, how do I save more money, they're going to tell you all these little things to save more money, including increasing the air pressure in your tires of your car to lower your gas mileage. Folks, your problem is not how much money you spend on gas. Your problem is you don't earn enough money. And I've said that before in this show. You have to earn more money. The wealthiest people, if you just study back to the days of King Tut, or the richest person that's ever lived on this planet that has been quoted in the Bible over and over, King Solomon, and how he created wealth. If you go back and study all the inventors over time, to the Rockefellers, to the J.P. Morgans, to the people that built railroads, you're going to find common ingredients that anybody can learn from. One is they're all involved in passive income at some point. At some point, passive income. I'm not having to work to have money coming in. We're going to be talking about how you can create that today. And I'm happy to take your calls about how to get you on the track to earning passive income. How do I get residual passive income? That means I don't get it 1 month. I got a guy here in the office, 25 years old. Every month he's going to get a check. And that's his pay plan. He keeps getting money from previous efforts. 3, cash flow positive. Most people do not understand cash flow positive. And lastly, you can start with nothing. Stay with me. This is Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone. I'm going to show you how to get wealthy, sick, rich today like a king. Hey, welcome back to the Cardone Zone. I'm standing in for Grant Cardone today. Just call me King. You call me Pharaoh. You can call me Mr. Sheath. I got my sheath on, covering up my goods, my jewels. Today, this month, in the last 2 weeks, $3 billion was spent on Halloween costumes, $2 billion was spent on candy, decorations at about $1.5 billion, while America, the richest country on planet Earth, supposedly, and the freest country, supposedly, we got 49% of the people in this country don't even have any money in savings. 22% have no idea how they're going to ever get any money. Dude, you got people saying, hey, the rich people are getting richer. Yes, they are getting richer. You know why? Because they focus on getting richer. Okay? There's some major differences between the middle class man and the capitalist, the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur puts his money at risk, and the working man in America refuses to. If you want to know the difference is, if you want to get rich, you have to put money at risk, and most people are not willing to. They don't even put their time at risk. So I'm going to challenge you today to change what your mommy and daddy taught you. Your mom and daddy said, don't dress up like that. Don't get too much attention. You don't need to get rich. You just need to be happy. Hey, look, I know a lot of broke people that are not happy. I know a lot of people barely getting by, they're not happy. And I know some rich people that aren't happy. Which one of those three groups would you rather be if you ain't going to be happy? Come on, let's keep it real. So I go online and I'm like, hey, if I'm a guy that doesn't have any money in the 21st century, year 2014, I want to get rich. I'm going to Google how to get rich. I come up with richhabitsinstitute.com. Tom Corley writes, the differences between the habits of the rich and the poor. 70% of wealthy people eat less than 300 junk food calories per day. I'm like, oh, okay, shit, I'm eating pretty good. I eat decent. I eat a lot of candy, though. Truth is, I eat a lot of shit. I mean, a little bit. Okay? 76% of wealthy people exercise aerobically 4 days a week. Wow, I didn't do that this week, man. Now, I went to look for how to get rich, and I'm getting information about junk food and exercise. It is good information, I got to tell you. And if it's true, I'm going to exercise more and I'm going to knock out the junk food. 63% of wealthy listen to audiobooks during their commute to work, 5% of the people, and only 5% of poor people. Oh, by the way, 76% of wealthy people do exercise aerobically, which King Tut did not do. He didn't have a freaking bike. Okay? He had slaves, man. They moved him around. He didn't exercise at all, dog. He never got out of his big chair. He's like, I need my chair to move. You guys pick it up and carry me all over the place, okay? So only 23% of poor people exercise. 23% of wealthy people gamble. Double poor people gamble. 52% of poor people gamble, okay? Now, I'm looking at this, I'm like, yeah, but you hadn't told me how to get rich, dude. How do I get rich? I don't need this data. Yeah, do I need to work out more often? Sure. Do I need to listen to more audiobooks? Yes, and you should, okay? But the reality is, how do I do it? How do I get money? You know what I'm saying? How you're a car salesman, or you're a plumber, or you're a mechanic, okay? Or you're a dentist, okay? I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you two examples. I'm going to give you Greg, the doctor. He's a medical doctor. He earns $300,000 a year. He's not rich. Pick a city. Where does he live? Sioux City, Iowa, or New York City. He's much richer in Sioux City than he is in New York, right? So I'm going to give you two examples, okay? I created these for you. Greg's a medical doctor. He earns $300,000 a year. And John's another guy, okay? Now, Greg, let me give you both of these. Greg has some very rare skills. He's a doctor, medical doctor, does big surgeries. He earns $300,000 a year, and he dies. And what happens? He goes into a coma in surgery. He picks up the other guy's coma, takes it on, boom, he's in a coma too, some freaking crazy thing. Or he gets in a car wreck. His income stops. John, on the other hand, owns a $3 million limited service hotel that generates $300,000 a year. Which one of these guys would you rather be? The doctor, the smart doctor that earns $300,000, or the guy that has a hotel that generates $300,000? I'm just giving you two examples, okay? I'll give you another example, okay? Would you rather earn $300,000 a year, being some high-paid salesman, or would you rather earn $100,000 a year at a job and have $200,000 of real estate income coming in? You see, if you're not asking yourself these questions, you're not thinking about wealth. Wealthy people are thinking about this. They're thinking about it all the time. They're like, hey, how do I get wealthy? The money's out there. There's some big differences between wealthy people, the capitalists, the entrepreneur capitalists, and the people that are just getting by in this country. And I want you to get into the right group. First of all, the wealthy do not think about money as being a bad thing. They don't have this upbringing that money is somehow bad, nor do they have an idea that money has to be made. See, the everyday man, the way I was brought up, you had to go make money. I said that for first 35 years of my life. I got to go make money, okay? I need to make money. And I had this other guy, I was watching this cat my whole career. He wasn't making money. He was collecting money. See the difference? The mindset is phenomenal, because if you're getting up every day saying, I got to go out and make money, you can never be a capitalist. You cannot crawl into this thing where John lives. John's the capitalist. He's a true member of the capitalist class because he owns assets. He owns something that works for him, that generates. So he doesn't think about him working. He thinks about him positioning himself to create wealth for him and his family. He might dress like this on Halloween, or he might not. I don't know. That's got nothing to do with it. He might be thin. He might be fat. It might be a male. It might be a female. They might work in a corporation, or they might not. See, I know people that own training companies, that started with training companies, and they're out still doing the same training, earning the same fees that they were years ago. I know people that started long before me. They're still traveling all over the world, earning fees. But what I've done is diversify into other businesses. So while I'm out helping people, earning a fee to speak, I also have other flows of income. And I didn't start studying about wealth until I was 35 years old. Wanted to be wealthy since I was 10. I mean, ask yourself, have you always wanted to be rich? Have you looked around and said, man, I want to be that guy, man? Have you guys? I want to get rich one day. I want to have enough money not to worry every day. So passive income, okay? First thing, if you go back 2,000 years, you're going to see every wealthy person somehow, somewhere along the line, gets connected with passive income. Passive income means I don't have to grind it out every day. I'm not digging the hole every day. I'm not running the train. I'm not picking up the phone every day. I am multiplying myself to the point to where other people might be doing some of those things for me. That is called buying time. If you are not willing to buy time and only sell time, you can never get passive income. How do you get passive income? First, you got to get income. Then you got to get enough income to have extra income to invest in something so that it can one day generate extra income. All wealthy people will do this. Stay with me. I'm going to take some calls, and I'm going to walk through 4 simple steps that can get you to freedom. Hey, welcome back to the CardoneZone. Friday afternoons, 1 p.m. Put it on your calendar. I still got this black stuff under my eyes. Don't let that throw you off, because I'm going to bring some other stuff. You know, I ain't just a joker. Don't think I'm a joker. I can be if I need to be, but I want to be a capitalist. That's what I want to be. CardoneZone has moved to Fridays at 1 p.m. Fridays at 1 p.m. Share it with your friends. If you hit it on Twitter and just put CardoneZone must watch, whateverittakesnetwork.com, I am going to send you a free gift today. We're talking about capitalists. Look up the word today, capitalist versus working man or woman, okay? What would you rather be, folks? Somebody earning $300,000 a year as a middle manager, or would you rather earn $100,000 a year and earn another $200,000 from passive income? Members of the capitalist group, the wealthy, the 1%ers, the ones that Ali Velshi took on this weekend, they would have their biggest chunk of income coming from passive, multiple flows of passive income, not working money, okay? That can only be generated because you made investments or you bought a stock, okay? Now, you can get passive income could be for real estate properties, patent royalties. I don't know anything about patents. I don't invent things. I'm not that smart. Trademark license, they're very hard to get. Royalties from books, songs, publications. I'm not a singer. I am a book writer. I can tell you, if you think passive income flows is going to come from books, your chances of making big money on books is like very small, okay? Your chances of being broke are much better than that. Original works of art, like Van Gogh. I'm sure Van Gogh got rich. Oh, no, I forgot. He didn't. He didn't sell anything. He sold one piece of art while he was alive. Profits from businesses in which you have no day-to-day responsibility or role. That could be passive income. Earnings from internet advertisements or blogs or websites or the like. But somebody had to write that site, right? Somebody has to write it, manage it, look at it, take care of it. Dividends from stocks, REITs, equities, mutual funds, investments in those things I hate. I'm not in control of. I don't know what I'm doing. Interest from bonds, certificates, or deposits. But what do all those things have in common? Dude, you had to have some money at some point to start the business, to make the investment, to buy the stock, to research it, to make the investment in the company. Somewhere you had to make an investment, okay? Residual income from salespeople. For salespeople, like I have Steve Spray here. He works on a residual pay plan, okay? He's willing to take a little less and have it pay him every month than get all of it at one time. And if he really believes in himself and his work ethic and he's going to show up, that residual is going to start growing and growing. And one day, over time, because all wealthy people, all capitalists use time to their advantage, as much as I hate time, time with money creates wealth. Okay, you can't get away from it. Money is seen differently by the wealthy than the poor. You got to get this understanding, okay? And then I'm going to take a caller. The poor and the working class see money as a finite thing. The wealthy people do not. They don't think about there being shortages or I can only get this much. If you've ever heard somebody or yourself say, I got enough, I'm good, because you think there's a limit. You know, I know people that give up on making money before they give up on food. They're like, I got to get some more food. I'm like, okay, there's a big buffet. There's all these great foods, great chocolates, great desserts, all these great meats, unbelievable. And we overfeed ourselves. We overeat, right? We stuff ourselves. When it comes to money, you don't do that. Oh, I can't do that. I'm greedy. Dude, why is it all right to be greedy around desserts but not greedy around money? You need money. You're going to need money to retire. And clearly most Americans don't get it because something happened along the way in this country where we have told you or you've been made to believe by your church, your school, your mom, your dad that money is bad. Rich people don't think money's bad. They don't think it's bad to go buy a boat. They're like, I want a boat, man. What's the big deal? I'm going to go get a boat. Okay, I'm going to get a boat. It's going to depreciate. We're going to use it once a month. We're going to have friends over there. We're going to have great friends. We're going to have great moments. What's wrong with it? Why? Because they're creating new monies. They're not trying to be show-offs. They're not being arrogant. They're not like, look at me. See, the middle people, us in the middle that we're stuck in the middle, you know, we're like, trying to get out. We use money to buy things while the capitalist uses money to create more income flows. Let's talk to Dave from Connecticut. Dave, sorry I had you on hold so long, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Hi, Grant.
How you doing, sir? Good. How can I help you, Dave?
Yes, I have a very important question.
Okay.
And, first off, thank you for taking my call. And my question is, where is that step one, the very step one to reverse the childhood programming of not to have? You know, like me lately, you know, in my past few years, you know, through hard learning experiences, you know, I somewhat, you know, with your teachings and a lot of successful people that I've been reading, but sometimes I face that wall of this. You know what I mean?
Totally. You said it perfectly. Not to have. We're educated not to have. That it's bad to have. I mean, you can see it. Just all you got to do is go Google the 1% or Google wealthy people, and you're going to see that there's this idea that this income disparity or wealth disparity that has been around since the beginning of money, okay? There's been people that have it and people that don't have it. And the people that don't have it somehow make sense of why they don't have it. I was in a little shop 8:40 in the morning 2 days ago. I posted this on my Facebook page, and there's a woman in there buying 2 beers at 8:40 in the morning. She's all tatted up. She's got probably $800-900 worth of tats on her. She's got a dog. She's got a little pet dog that she's feeding every day, jerking him all over the store, 8:40 in the morning buying 2 light beers, okay? Look, I've been there, man. I had the dog. I didn't have the tats. I had the dog. I had the drug problem. I know for sure she had a drug problem, okay? I mean, I know a drug problem when I see one. And she's buying alcohol. She's finding the money to buy the alcohol at 8:40 in the morning. She's not working. She's got every excuse to be poor. Wrong color, wrong sex, not educated, in Miami, prices are going crazy. She can't afford to buy. She's got every reason to drink beer at 8:40 in the morning. But what Dave is saying, the question he's asking is perfect. What is going on that we're educated not to have? See, my mom brought me up. My ability to understand money was limited by the people that were teaching me about money around me. See, today that's the media telling you, like Ali Velshi said, the income disparity, the wealth disparity in this country is terrible. It is terrible. But look at your habits, folks. Look at the way you think. You know, most people spend most of their week waiting to get off on the weekend. When I was 30 years old, I'm like, dude, I don't need a weekend. I need money. I got to get money. I wanted money. Every time I made extra money, I took that money, I shoved it off to the side because I wanted that money one day to work for me as hard as I was working for me. 30 years later, this money over 30 years that I've accumulated is now working for me 24/7, every day, okay, over and over. So the first step is you got to get this right. Start reading big magazines, Barron's, Money, Smart Money. Don't read, oh, I'm going to give my money in a 401 and they're going to take it in the mutual fund. The people in New York are going to get me rich. Ain't nobody going to get you rich but you, man. Anybody says they can do it for you, they can't and they won't, okay? That's a big play. That whole 401, the retirement plan, the KEO, the SEP, all that is a big mastermind by Wall Street to capture the money of lazy people that don't want to take responsibility for growing their own money. The wealthy people that I know did not get rich with pension plans or 401ks. They got rich starting a company, buying a company, making an investment in a company, working their ass off, saving their money, buying real estate. You go back and find one family in America, $1 billion, a $1 billion net worth family, the wealthiest of the wealthy. Show me one of them. I dare you, show me one of them doesn't have real estate in their portfolio. The middle class people use money to buy things while the capitalist uses money to get more money. Capitalists buy time. Poor people sell time. Capitalists don't think in terms of enough. They think in terms of more and passing it on and sharing it with their family. And for those you liberals out there, okay, and you millennials out there, they're like, yeah, but you know, dude, it's happening right now. The guy that owns Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. How do I say it? Zucker? Yeah. Dude, he buys real estate all the time. He's giving money away. He's got billions of dollars. He goes into Silicon Valley. He buys 3 homes. What does that do to the neighborhood? Boom. Nobody can afford their own home anymore. Greg from Shelby, North Carolina. What's up, man? See, while some people are drinking beers over the weekend, you know what I'm doing this weekend? I'm studying shopping centers, finding investors, launching new products. You know, I do everything I can to launch a new product to get residual incomes. This book right here is $9.99. You know why we give this book away? I mean, you're stealing this book. You're buying this book for what I paid to build this book, okay? They got videos in it. Literally, every chapter you go in here, you hit it with your phone, and I'm going to download the video. I am making reading so easy for people that you don't have to read anymore. All you got to do is give me $9.99. I'll deliver the video to your phone. You can share it on your tablet, your computer, your phone. You can share it with your buddy. You can tweet it, link it, whatever you want to do with it. Okay. The book sells for $30. We're giving this away this weekend for $9.99. Why am I doing that? Because it gets you to my store. It's an investment to get you to my store. You get to my store, who knows? Maybe you look around and buy something else. Everything there is valuable, but I want the flows. But you got to get in a position where you can give things away. And most people are not in a position to give things away because they don't work hard enough while they're trying to grind it out to get enough to hold on to it. The wealthiest, the capitalist, the person that you need to be, you need to study them. Okay, study how are they thinking? Passive income, residual income, positive cash flow. You need to understand these terms. What is positive cash flow? I know people that make $300,000 a year and they're still negative. You could give them $3 million a year and they'll go negative. And understand this, the wealthiest know this. The wealthy people are no different than anybody else. No different than that chick that was down there drinking 2 beers the other morning. I've been her, man. Okay? But for the grace of God and my own damn hard work and cleaning up my own head and getting my focus on, there go I. How about Miguel from Jacksonville, Florida?
Hey, Grant, how are you doing, bro?
Dude, welcome to the CardoneZone. Did you know that we had moved to 1 o'clock on Fridays?
I did not. I've been out of the loop for a little bit, but I've been catching up on Whatever It Takes Network, and I just had to say that the Discovery Channel was stupid to cut that Turnaround King show off, man. I am fired up about whatever shows you got coming on, man.
Dude, thank you for bringing that up. Whatever It Takes Network, folks. If you hadn't subscribed, when you subscribe, it's free, number one. Number two, you get notification of the shows and when they drop. Also, you're going to find out Turnaround King is there. Whatever It Takes, the reality show is coming out. Grant with eyeliner. It happens. It happens, okay? Dude, I got enough money now. I can cross-dress if I want, bitches, okay? All right, go ahead, man. What's your question?
Well, brother, it really wasn't much of a question, man. I just want to say I am excited for all the stuff that you have going on, all the people you have got just linked to your website. We're just getting a lot of tools on implementing this in our Primerica business, just giving people different resources just to blast your stuff out there. And we appreciate all the stuff you've given us. Appreciate you, man.
Tell Hector Lamarck, if you see Hector, tell him hello for me. Appreciate everything you guys are doing for America over there at Primerica, man. I love you guys, okay? He's talking about Jeff Gittimer's coming, Elise Glinka's coming, Hank Norman, Chris Brogan, Robin Crane, Katrina Campins, Henry Reinhardt, Kahan Krippendorf, David Thomas, Evan Forrester, Karen Rockin. Okay, I mean, the list goes on. Peter Voog, Jody Glickman, Larry Wingett, David Villa might be coming on. Josh Felber might be coming on. Mark Jeffries, James Barber. If you don't know this cat, you need to know him. That's who I got coming to Whatever It Takes in November. I'm not even going to tell you what's going to happen in December. And we're going to drop Whatever It Takes Network. Now, what is Whatever It Takes Network? Whatever It Takes Network is a capitalist network created by a capitalist, investing in capital, which is an internet real estate. The internet is real estate, no different than an apartment building, except no toilets, no carpets, and no bed bugs, bitches. No bed bugs. I got bed bugs in a 360-unit building in Charlotte, North Carolina. Bed bugs. They jump from one building to the next building. See, that's passive income because I'm not over there having to fight the bed bugs. But this is what I did have to do. 3 years ago, I had to get on a plane, fly from Los Angeles to Charlotte. I had to go walk the property, look at the property, meet with the people. Oh, Grant, that's so much work. Oh, yeah, well, the work just started. Then I had to decide, okay, I'm going to buy it. Now I had to go get a loan. Now I had to put $2 million into it. Then I had to wait and make it work. And then I got to get a report every month. But I had to put myself at risk. So here's what you got to do. You got to start right here, okay? First, get this right. You got to get this right. You got to get this right. Don't start using the eyeliner until you get this right, okay? Most of you got it backwards. You go do the eyeliner, and then you try to get your head right. Well, then you're all screwed up. Get your head right. Get your money right. Then you can use the eyeliner. You can do anything you want, okay? You can wear a sheath if you want. You can go out in public with fucking costumes on, whatever you want to do, dude, okay? First thing you got to do is get your head right. Get around all these broke weenies that you're hanging out with, okay? Anybody that's talking about, oh, I don't need money and freaking the whole deck stacked against us and it's a freaking scam and money won't make you happy. These people already quit, folks. These people already took the wrong turn. They're done. They're over. They're finished. This is your friends, your wife, your kids. It could be your teenager. Your teenagers could already be contaminated. Is that fair to say? Absolutely. Could your mom or daddy already have given up? Sure. Just because they're your blood don't mean they can't be stupid. Okay? They can be stupid. You could have a sister or brother that just gave up, man. He had too many losses along the way and he's like, I didn't want to be rich anyway. Dude, you sound like a freaking 4-year-old that can't have his toy anymore. You quit. You quit doesn't mean I need to. So first get the head right. Now what you need to do, take the job that you have right now. Don't leave that job. Don't go get a second job right now. You need to get freaking great at it. Because everybody that gets rich gets great at one thing first. You got to get great at that, and you got to start expanding your influence in that space until you're the freaking badass in the space. Until you become the badass in one space, you ain't getting rich. Because you got to learn how to expand your space and control more around you and the more of the office you can have. And then, you got a whole big office and then you got the top floor of the building. And then maybe you got property in another state. You understand? You got to start here at your one job. And that's what I did when I was 25 years old. I got good as a car salesman. Then I got a little better. And I hated being a car salesman. I'm telling you right now. And then I got great at it, and all of a sudden I started liking that shit. I'm like, yeah, I sell cars. Yeah, and I make $112,000 a year 25 years ago, bitch. I was making more money than a doctor in my city, okay? Now, what's important now? I'm making 112 grand, and I'm saving 50 of it, okay? I'm not spending anything. No watches, no cars, no clothes, nothing, man. I'm not spending anything. Everything's getting pushed off to the side, everything. And I did that for years and years until my income starts getting bigger and I start flowing more money over here. And then one day I had enough money to say, I'm going to buy a deal, okay? And then I bought a piece of real estate, okay? One thing I did. Then I bought another company and put a partner in. That's passive income. That's been 20 years I've been in that company in Orlando, Florida. He runs it. I'm a minority owner. My name's on it. And I get a paycheck every month. And then I started duplicating that with real estate. Look, I'm not the smartest guy you're going to listen to, guarantee you, okay? Go turn the TV on right now. You'll find 50 guys smarter than me. And 49.9% of them, I would never trade my financial statement with any of these smarter guys. Just ain't going to happen, okay? Ain't going to happen. Let's talk to, is Greg still on? How about Greg? Greg, you still there?
I'm here.
What's up, man? Brent? What's up, brother? Sorry I had you on hold so long.
No, man. Sorry, I think I might have dropped you or
Dude, what do you
something
think
like that.
about
Hey,
the, what do you think about the eyeliner though? You like it on me or what?
hey, man, you look sweet, bro. I hear you. I was thinking maybe I wonder what I'd look like if I put some on.
Yeah, well, you're from North Carolina, man. You'll fit right in with some of those freaks over there.
Oh, the freaky people. I hear you. Uh-huh. I'm about 45 minutes outside of Charlotte in Shelby, North Carolina.
Okay, all right. I know it. I know y'all can't wear any eyeliner up there, bro.
No, man. I might get a beat down on the streets for that.
You would get a beat down, bro. It'd be public too.
Public beat.
What's up,
hanging.
man? What, you got a question?
No, man. I was just calling in. Long time
Dude, let me ask you a question then. I got a question for you, okay? Your mom and dad
Sure,
still
okay.
alive?
My mother and father are still alive. Yes.
Good for you, man. Congrats. That's a form of richness right there, just to have them alive. What did your mom and dad teach you about money?
My mom and dad didn't teach you very much at all about money. In fact, they were somewhat very guarded about money, and I think that was just kind of handed down just through the generations, that you just didn't talk about it. It wasn't something you talked about at the dinner table, and I've actually talked about that quite a bit with my friends and, my smarter friends, and, when we're talking like, man, I wish somebody when I was a kid would have really grabbed me, and taught me the basics of money and investing.
So
and,
who
from
had
an
the
early
most
age.
influence on you? Was it your mom or your dad?
Probably dad when it comes to working hard. And
Okay,
making
good.
money,
So
but I've got
tell
a
tell
smart
me.
mom too, man.
So what did they tell you not to do? Did they tell you what not to do? Like, don't do drugs?
They didn't talk to me much about drugs, but yes, we're very anti-drugs. In fact, very anti-alcohol. I mean, I'm sitting in the heart of the Bible Belt here.
Okay, so your mom told you exactly. Your mom told you things like, "Hey, don't." There's a point I'm making here. Don't do drugs. Don't drink. Don't mistreat people. Right.
Right.
Don't steal. Right.
Correct.
Don't masturbate.
We didn't talk about that.
Oh, y'all didn't talk about that either, huh?
Yeah, no, I can't talk about that.
Okay. But did she ever say, "Hey, don't be broke"?
No, not at all. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm
I
like,
wish you'd have told me how to not be broke. How to
Dude,
make more money.
yeah, man. I'm like, why don't we teach people that in this country, in the wealthiest country in the world?
It needs to be basic education in every high school and starting in junior high, elementary school.
Yeah. I mean, they tell you, hey, don't be broke, man. Just, you don't want to be broke. Why would we not educate people in this country about not being an anchor on the country?
Well, because I guess maybe that's not necessarily politically correct, and then you got different philosophies on making money and capitalism and those types of things. And, And plus, here's a good question: do the people that really, really have most of the money want the masses to be educated about money?
Yeah. Well,
or is it easier to make money to keep them uneducated?
Yeah. Well, I don't think wealthy people want. I don't think wealthy people actually think about holding anybody down because they don't think.
I agree. Yeah.
They don't think there's a scarcity. They're like, dude, everybody can get rich if you want to. It doesn't matter. Okay.
They just don't think about it. They don't see it.
Yeah. You making a bunch of money doesn't mean I can't. Actually, it actually makes me think, damn, man, what can I do here? I was on the phone with a guy yesterday. He's telling me about this deal he's doing. He owns a bunch of car dealerships. The next thing I know, he's buying gold businesses and he's coming down here and meeting. The whole conversation, literally 40 minutes. The guy's telling me about all these deals he's doing, all this money he's making. I got off. I felt younger, more inspired, excited. He wasn't talking about keeping anything from me. Man, I appreciate you calling in. Appreciate you following the show. Donnie from Dallas.
Yeah, Grant Cardone, man. Listening to a living legend. Hey,
a living legend, baby. You right, man. I like that, man. What you think about the eyeliner, bro?
Hey, man, it's looking sweet, man. You're looking sexy, man. I see you.
Dude, you a flipper?
No flipper, man. Shout out to all the bitches out there, man. Hey, quick comment, man. Really want to talk about the reason why the poor don't cross over to being wealthy, man. I think that they're being victimized, and the reason why I say that because there are no wealthy victims. You talk about I grew up poor. I don't have the resources. Can you expand on that a little bit for me?
Well, you grew up poor?
Yeah, I grew up poor by way of Mississippi, but I took it upon myself to say, hey, there's no excuse to go after it. I was listening to the power players the other day, and I heard a guy saying, living in advance. So right now I'm living it in advance and not worrying about my previous situation and just trying to move forward and try to go after it. I sent you out a notice on Twitter saying, grab yourself by the nutsack and go after it.
Yeah.
You actually retweeted that.
Yeah. Well, look, here's the deal, bro. You know, I was born poor. I don't know anybody that's born with anything.
Exactly.
Let's face it, the first day you don't have a bank account. I mean, even if you're rich, you still gotta, you know, your parents might be rich, but you got to go out there and start getting stuff. You got to go get your first food.
Exactly.
You got to go get your first milk. You got to hustle, man. Anything you want in life, you got to go hustle. And then you got to hold on to it. And then you got to figure out, hey, man, along the way, is there any way for somebody else to go get this for me? That's when you start buying time. That's when you start hiring people and expanding and putting your payroll at risk so that you're at risk long term. So the company that's got 2,000 people, a big company, let's say Exxon's got a couple 100,000 people working for them, they got a payroll too, man. They got to write checks every month. They got to cash flow. They got to stay positive. They got to please their investors. I don't think there's any victimization going on. I know a lot of wealthy people, they never talk about the predicament of other people as something they're going to take advantage of. What they always say is this.
Exactly.
Why don't they hustle more, man? Why don't they go get more, man? Why do they settle so quick? So I don't know if that helps, man.
Exactly.
I hope it does, all right? Folks, my name's Grant Cardone. You're in the Cardone Zone every Friday. Put it on your calendar, Fridays, 1 p.m. I'm coming to you to talk about how to get in the zone, how to get free, how to get your game on, dog, how to get your cash flow right, how to get your family circumstances right so you got abundance. You understand that word? If you've never looked that word up, look it up. Abundance means no scarcity, means the freedom to move around, okay? If you're diving in the ocean and you're on a tank of air, okay, and you got abundance of air, you're not worried every second of that dive of running out of air. It's when you get down to the bottom of that tank that you come up too soon, and you might miss the best part of that dive. Hey, life is the same way, man. You're on an adventure. Everybody's like, success is not the destination, it's the trip, or whatever they say. What is the pitch? It's the journey, not the destination. Bro, I'm interested in some destination. I want to get to a destination. I want to cash out on it, and I want to go on another trip. I'd like to have 3 or 4 or 5 trips going. Hey, let me talk to my boy, Warren. Warren, what's up, baby? Warren's a 15-year-old guy, and he is making it public knowledge that he is going to be rich. Is that true, Warren?
Yes, it is, Grant. Absolutely.
How old are you, Warren?
I'm 15. I want to get rich. I want to have my first million by the time I'm 17.
Okay. What's the hurry, bro?
Well, I think that if I can make as much as money as soon as possible, I can create more value in the world.
Oh, I like that. So you see money as something that helps others.
Yeah, I see money as like fuel to help me push my mission and my purpose more.
Uh-huh. And so if you had $1 million right now, what would you do with it?
If I had $1 million right now, I'd use it to invest in my business so I can.
Oh, so you wouldn't be giving it to anybody. You'd be investing in your business. I thought you said when you got $1 million, you were going to help people.
No, well, I'm going to use that million to invest in my business, make my business larger, and that can inspire other people like that.
Oh, so you're gonna help. You're not going to actually directly help people. You're going to inspire them by getting richer. I'm with you, dog. I'm in your club, baby. Let's inspire some people, okay?
Yeah, definitely. I have a question, though, because I definitely agree with you. I think there's a lot of false data out there about wealth and success. Where did you go to find out, more about wealth, and how did you suppress the propaganda that's out there?
Well, the first way to suppress the propaganda is to mow the lawn. I got to pay attention to what is there rather than the weeds that are always there. So I just put more attention. First thing, I didn't try to get rid of anything because I didn't even know it was there. First thing I did was start filling myself up with examples of people that were making it like you do, Warren. So I started reading what is Warren Buffett doing. I mean, look, you just read anything about Warren Buffett and you're going to understand how wealth is created over long periods of time by making investments, putting it out there, taking the risk, long periods of time. Also, you're going to learn from Warren this. He studies, he reads, he reaches out and gets information. Okay, I don't know if Warren Buffett drinks a lot of Coke or eats a lot of food or whether he exercises, but you can study Warren and people like Warren, people like myself, and you can say, what has Warren Buffett done or what has Grant done to create wealth over long periods of time? And I guarantee you there's a bunch of similarities, okay? So, hey, Warren,
Yeah,
I know
thank
you're going to
you for
make
that.
it, dude, whether you make it at 17 or 20. Don't even worry about that, bro. It's going to be way more than $1 million the way you're thinking right now because you got your head on right. And you come from one of the poorest places in the world, right?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say one of the poorest, but I come from the Caribbean. Not a lot
I
of
know.
people here are wealthy.
Yeah, but dude, come on. It's poor.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Well, I would. You don't have to.
Uh-huh.
Tell your dad hello for me, man. Okay, good talking to you. Happy
I will.
Halloween. Folks, this is a Cardone Zone. Every week I come to you, talk about your money, your business, your finances. This is sponsored and brought to you by a network, a new emerging network on the digital forefront of the universe called Whatever It Takes Network. We call it Whatever It Takes Network because the only people we want here watching this is people that are willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, subscribe to the channel because it's free right now, and I'm about to unload content on you that you're going to want, and you're going to want it for the next year, and you don't have to pay for it. Hey, look, be great, folks. Be great. I look forward to seeing you in Cancun, November the 14th. I want you to book your first night for the 14th. When you go to the website, 10xseminar.com, it's going to say November 13th to the 16th. Save yourself one night. Book the 14th. Get there at noon. First seminar is going to be the 14th. Have your first night the 14th. 15th, 16th, we blow out of there. My wife will be there. Jared will be there. Robert will be there. Look forward to having you there. We'll have a blast. 2 seminars, dinners, photo shoots, tequila shots. Dude, it's going to be freaking crazy. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. And I'm bringing a joker with me. Happy Halloween, trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something sweet to eat. Be great.